So the 2019 Boston Marathon had everything you could ever hope for as a fan of the sport. I can't do this right now. I've got to go run. I gotta go run.
Yeah. I'm here to change the game up. I'm here to shuffle up the day.
Okay, now that energy is run off, welcome back to the Running Through YouTube page. My name is Justin Horniker, and I want to talk to you today about the 2019 Boston Marathon. It was a tale of dualities from this year's race to last year's race, from the men's race to the women's race. Whole lot of different levels going on. We have some actual racing that last year was tough because it was more of a war of attrition. This year, it was more of tactical awareness, who can make the best move when, who has the legs, who doesn't. Whereas last year it was who doesn't have hypothermia and who can gut it out, which both are great. Both races were amazing, but this year's race, I was so hyped when watching it. So let's break it down. So let's go with the women's race first, because that one was a little bit more cut and dry, a little bit more straightforward. And then we'll go to the men's race, where I have a little bit more to say about how it played out and what it means going forward. So in the women's race, you have Wignesh Degefa, who was by far the runaway favorite. I talked about on the podcast yesterday on my preview that she came in with the 2:17 PR in Dubai, which is by far biggest PR of the field, by far. But run at Dubai, very extremely different circumstances. So you have to take that with a little bit grain of salt. However, 2:17 versus the next best, which was Edna Kiplagat, who had run 2:19 in the past, who ran 2:21 last year. It's a little bit of a jump. It's a little bit of a jump. So Degefa came in, she took the lead from the start, basically, from mile 2, ran the whole thing by herself, and had a 3-minute lead on the chase pack at one point. Degefa started to falter a little bit, but when you have a 3-minute lead, and you know you have a 3-minute lead, you get to the Newton Hills, it gets a little tough. However, she showed at the end that she still had a lot left to give. So if Edna Kiplagat was able to mount her chase and challenge her, I think that Degefa still would have came away with the win. However, Edna Kiplagat was in the chase pack, and I believe it was mile 22 or so, really started to make a charge. So at that point, they were 3 minutes back of the lead. 3 minutes back of Degefa was the pack of Kiplagat, Fisset, Dez was back there somewhere, but that second group. Anyway, she breaks free, really starts to push the charge. By the time it gets down to 1 mile left, Kiplagat has the lead down to 50 seconds. So from 3 minutes to 50 seconds. That's in 6 miles, you made up a lead of 2 minutes and 10 seconds. You cut 2 minutes and 10 seconds off that lead in 6 miles. Crazy. So then you see the finish. Edna did not give herself enough room, which I think they thought that Degefa would go and she would come back to him. Degefa never came back. And they realized that a little too late for Edna to make her move and to catch her. Which, one, if you remember what Meb did a few years back, where I thought that, there's no way he's going to last out there, and then they tried to chase him down at the end and left too much room. Eerily similar of that. Although, after Edna Kiplagat comes in, then you have Jordan Fisset, my wild card, coming in third, top American honors. A really spectacular race for a really great comeback, 2:25:20. For not finishing a marathon for 2 years, that's awesome, especially her PR is 2:21. It was a little bit humid, a little bit over that threshold for ideal marathoning time, and it was a little bit wet at the beginning, and Boston's a tough race. I think the Degefa was on pace to be like the 4th fastest time ever when she was on like 2:21 pace. So it's a tough course, and it's tough to run a fast time there. So 2:25 at Boston is awesome. Then you have Mescarim Masafa, who was in that kind of second pack, really fell off towards the end. And then you have Des Linden, who held on, because at one point she looked dead to rights, and she's kind of moving up and down in the pack, coming in 5th. So really closing out that top 5. 2 Americans in the top 5 at Boston. You can't complain about that. And, oh man, what a great race. What a spectacular show of pace and willingness to just go and take it. Go and take it. Degefa said, I'm not going to wait around. I'm just going to go and take it. And she made the race hers. Now, moving on to the men's race. So we have a little more to talk about. A little bit more to talk about the men's elite race, which was really really packed up for the majority of it. For the women's race, where you had DeGafa take the lead from the beginning, the men's race was packed up until about mile 22 and 23. Crewy a couple times trying to make a break. You had Jared Ward out in front by like 2 or 3 seconds a few times. You had Scott Fauble taking the lead a couple times, but for the most part in that Fauble lead, I thought he was going to take it. But he was a couple seconds out the pack, and the pack came back together. But for the most part, it was pretty jumbled up together. It was pretty crunched together until about, honestly, the past 5 or so miles. And then you had the crew of Toronto, Diziza, and Kip Kemoy. So it was still kind of a mini pack. You had the top 7 still together. Fauble kind of fell off that pack. Ward kind of fell off that pack. Fauble came back to that pack. Over the past 5K. So let's go to the final 3 miles. You had the group of Toronto, Diziza, and Kip Kemoy are the ones that kind of really took away from the pack. But they could not lose each other either. And you have them running, they're packed together, you see everyone else is behind them, it's kind of starting to string out. But the Toronto, Diziza, Kip Kemoy pack really didn't break until the final mile or so. So then you have, down the home stretch, Kip Kemoy is kind of sticking with them, but he's starting to fall out the pack. You have Toronto and Diziza. They turn onto Boylston. Kip Kemoy's off the back. Not by much, but he's off the back. He's not a problem anymore for these two. Diziza makes his move, and that's what breaks Kip Kemoy. That's what really puts the pressure on Toronto. But Toronto's not dying. Toronto sticks with him. Diziza sees that Toronto's behind him, tries to move inside, tries to move outside, starts weaving and grinding, not letting Toronto make his move past him. Now they're 100 meters from the line, neck and neck. Diziza's not letting Toronto by. Toronto's trying to get by. 10 meters left. Diziza's legs finally let out. Toronto dashes forward to the line, and he gets the win. Toronto beats Lalisa Diziza 207.57 to 207.58. A photo finish at the line of the Boston Marathon. Insane. This race was everything you could ever want as a track and field, as a running fan. I had goosebumps. I had goosebumps on my arm watching that finish. I screamed by myself in my apartment because of everything that happened with that finish. Whew, man, that was crazy. And then, on top of that, on top of the photo finish, on top of 2:07 at the Boston Marathon, which is a great time, given the conditions, given everything really, it has been since 2014 that you had a marathoner, an American marathoner, not named Galen Rupp, run sub 2:10. Today, you had 2 of them do it at the Boston Marathon. Scott Fauble running 2:09, Fauble running 2:09.09, Jared Ward running 2:09.25. Handily under that 2:10 threshold. Scott Fauble had a 2:12 PR coming into today. Now, some of that's condition related, what have you. He's been in great shape. But a PR by 3 minutes at the Boston freaking Marathon is insane to me. It's a monumental day that Jared Ward and Fauble broke through. Jared Ward's been on it for a while now. Fauble's been on it for a while now. And to see them finally get over that hump, it's going to make Atlanta a lot more intriguing in the 2020 Olympic trials, because Galen Rupp's coming off of Achilles surgery. He's coming off of that injury. Fauble and Ward are now there, and who knows what else happens. It just opens things up so much more. I don't think that Galen Rupp is necessarily the runaway favorite now. I mean, he probably will still win it, but what you gonna do? So anyway, that's the 2019 Boston Marathon for you. Go back and watch this race if you haven't already. It is the pinnacle of what being a fan of the sport of running is. Go back, give it a listen, give it a watch, and you'll be happy that you gave it a watch. Anyway, if you guys like this video, feel free to give the video a like, give the page a subscribe to come back for more. I'm going to be putting out more stuff like this, more of these kind of videos, just as overall reactions outside the podcast, as well as I'm going to do some training style series since I'm working towards the fall marathon, just to kind of document what my training looks like, as well as some stuff that you're more used to as far as training theories and that sort of thing. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you so much. Go ahead and tell me what you think of this video. If you liked it, what were your takeaways from the Boston Marathon? I want to see them down in the comment section. Give me a follow on Twitter and Instagram at HornickerJustin. And work hard, be nice, happy running. Wow.